everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be using products that need more love in my collection and a couple of newish products, but nothing that I just recently bought except for the Beiges Healthy Winter Glow collection. So going into my second video of 2024, doing pretty much a full face of nothing new. It just started snowing today. It's our first like significant snow in January, so I figured it was appropriate. So if you're interested in seeing what I come up with, keep watching. So I hope your 2024 is going pretty smoothly so far. Mine's going okay. It's that little like settle down time after the holidays where, I don't know, I always feel a little bit blue during January and February just because not much is going on. It's just kind of a come down from all of the festivities. I think it can be a rough time for a lot of people too. So if you're feeling that way, know that it's normal. And we're all just trying to deal with that time. So I am going to do something a little bit bright and peppy today. I don't know that I'm actually going to get out today because it is snowing. So just doing my makeup, having some fun with color. So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to start off with, well, I have started actually. So skincare, sunscreen, brows, lid primer, and a little bit of lip balm on my lips. So what I'm going to use today is the Spring LeBlanc from Chanel. This was the one that was released last year in May. This is 68 Delices, so it was the Fantasy de Chanel Delices, La Cretonne. It was the beautiful pastel color story. This was the first Chanel quad that I have bought in about 15 or 20 years, and I really do enjoy it. And I'm going to be focusing more on the purple shade today. But first, to start out, I think I'm going to go into this shade down here. It's kind of a purpley brown mauvey shade here, but it's nice and shimmery. And I really did like this quad because even though it's sort of a pastel themed quad, you do get quite a few different textures and finishes in it. So this one, like I said, this is a shimmer. It's a little bit more shimmery than, say, the pink, which is more of flatter. I mean, it's not a matte, but it's more flat than most of the other shades. And then you have the purple, which is a nice satiny color, and then you have that bright pastel yellow, which is very shimmery. And I think it's an interesting thing that Chanel is doing with their quads. I don't know, I don't know if it's like a new thing for them or if they've been doing this for a while, but it seems like they have a mixture of finishes and then they just have sort of one really nice marquee shade in there. They did that with the Besançon quads, they did that with this quad, and it looks like they're doing the same thing with the new Eclat de Nuit? Eclat de Nuit? I think that's what it was, Eclat de Nuit. Anyway, it's a new quad that Chanel has released in a limited selection just recently. So it's kind of a tribute to a smoky eye. A couple of people on YouTube have showed it. I don't know that it's widely available in the US yet, except for in boutiques. It's not been on the website, but it seems like that is another one where you have a sort of multitude of shimmery, satiny finishes, and then you have sort of one showstopper, like shimmery, bright, interesting, sort of duochrome shade. So that's interesting. Going into the purple now. But yeah, one of the reasons I just wanted to do another video of nothing new today, or just at least using products that I already have, is that, you know, I did the Healthy Winter Glow collection 2 weeks ago, and that was kind of a surprise release, for me anyway. And I knew there were more things coming because I knew that there were going to be 3 new lip and cheek balms from the #1 de Chanel line, and I had already seen previews of like the spring quads that have not been released yet, and I'm not even sure if those are LeBlanc or just spring or what they are. But anyway, I wasn't expecting the Eclat de Nuit release, and I believe it comes with a quad and 3 liners and not really sure what else. And then they released another face mask with the No. 1 de Chanel line. So anyway, it's kind of funny to me how Chanel has kind of caught on to how quickly the social media makeup cycle goes, because I think that seems to be part of, everybody's been kind of wondering why Chanel keeps doing these sort of random drops, and I'm starting to think that they've just kind of caught on to social media and how quickly it moves, and so they just kind of randomly, not randomly, but like they drop things every few weeks as opposed to like saving everything up for like a seasonal release or something. And I think in this sort of super fast social media age, I say as an old person, it makes sense. It makes sense because our attention just goes so quickly from one thing to another. Like I said, I just did the Healthy Glow Le Beige release, and now everybody's on to Eclat de Nuit, everybody's on to Dior Spring, everybody's on to, I don't know what's going to be released next week or this week or whatever, but you know, your attention just goes so fast. And so I think Chanel has caught on. I don't know how they're doing as opposed to like other luxury houses. I know that luxury has been struggling except for Hermes. Hermes seems to be, they seem to have quiet luxury themselves into success, but I don't know how Chanel's been doing compared to that. I've heard different things. And then of course they're always raising their prices, which is just going to keep happening. And I'm going to go in with this liner right here. This is the Danessa Myricks multi-chrome liner in, and I keep forgetting to look this up. It's Charoite or Charoite. I'm not sure how to, it's a gemstone, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Anyway, it's a multi-color liner based in purple. So that's what I'm going to use along the lash line. Not going for anything super polished. Just a nice bright hint of color. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the makeup cycle is slowing down any, which, you know, I didn't expect it to, but that's part of the reason why I want to make myself slow down and just enjoy the products that I'm picking up, because it's super easy to get excited about everything new, and I don't blame people for getting excited about everything new. It's really hard to hold anyone's attention anymore for very long, and you know, you're always looking for something new and exciting and something new to buy and something new to look at. You know, I'm not upset about that. It's just that for me, I just need to slow down a bit and appreciate the things that I have. And that doesn't make me better than anyone. It's just how I prefer to live my life. Going back to products like these multi-chrome liners, to the first Chanel quad that I purchased in 15 years. I mean, I want to use these things. I don't have to use them up, but I do want to use them, make use of them. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do a little bit of the pastel in the corner. Just a bit of that yellow in the inner corner to brighten things up a little bit. Why not? It's a beautiful shade. And just rediscover products that I have. One of the ideas I had for what my video was going to be today was maybe just sitting down and doing a dupe with my Viseart shades of the Eclat de Nuit. I got too lazy to do that, but it's just something to think about because I do have so many shades, and when a color story comes out that, you know, it's not that unique, but it doesn't mean it's not special. I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense for the release. It just means that me, who has so much Viseart, so many single type shadows like that, magnetic pans and my Lorac shades, I can sit down and go, hey, what do I have that I could combine? and mix up my collection a little bit to see if I can get that same look. And it might not be the exact same, but it can be similar. And I've done that before on my channel. I've done that a lot. Just sort of duping palettes or making up my own palettes with shades that I already have. And that's kind of the beauty of my collection right now, is that I have the ability to do that. Doesn't mean I don't buy new Chanel quads. Obviously I bought 2 of the Byzance quads. I bought the spring release. I'm looking at that spring release for 2024. It looks like there is a blue based quad in that I'm kind of excited about. But I am just trying to slow down right now and focus on just sort of evaluating what's in my collection and bringing things more intentionally into my collection in 2024, which is something I started doing in 2023. And I feel like that's been pretty successful for me in sort of not making my collection exponentially larger than it needs to be. Not that it's small, but it's more tame than it was. So I'm going to be going in with my base with the Water Fresh tint from the Beiges Chanel line. Again, these things have so many names. And this is the one in light. And I think it's, you know, when you're into sort of one brand specifically, or makeup or luxury or drugstore or indie, whatever it is, it's really easy to just get caught up in that cycle of buying things. And like, I think with Chanel, you sort of get this idea, and other YouTubers will kind of tell you that, oh, this is really limited. If you want it, go buy it. And I think in some cases that's true, but in a lot of cases, it's something that they've done before. And one thing that was really helpful to me is because I never delete anything, I have a sort of stash in my email of really old, well, not really old, they're like 10 years old. That's not really old, but I get it. In the internet, it's old emails from when I was regularly getting Chanel makeup emails, introducing collections, bags. Chanel used to actually advertise sales back then, which blew my mind, because now everything's a private sale with Chanel. Chanel never goes on sale officially in front of the public. But just going through these old emails from 2014, 2015, and seeing that a lot of the releases that I'm looking at today and sort of envying and feeling FOMO about, they have done something similar in the past. So the reason that's helpful to me is because it just reminds me that this stuff all comes back around again. And I think as someone who's been buying Chanel since the mid-2000s, so like 20 years now, it all comes back around again. So I get the FOMO, because they make such a big deal about, oh, these things are really limited and da 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 da. But if you really look back at what they were selling 10 years ago, you can see a lot of similarities. And so doing that really helped me. And if you're interested, I took a bunch of screenshots of all these old emails. I mean, I can kind of run through them and show you if you're interested in that. But it was super helpful to me to go through those and see, oh, they did do a set of the coffret that they did last year, of the $350 coffret of all the tiny little Les Exclusives. They did that 10 years ago. And it was probably with, you know, the first 8 or 10 Les Exclusives, so it was a little bit smaller, but they did that 10 years ago. So seeing that really made me realize, oh, this will come back around again. Some of the color stories were just really more interesting back then, and also some of them are just really similar to what they've been releasing. So yeah, I have less FOMO since kind of going through those emails and going, oh no, these will come back around again. I'm not really missing anything. I don't need to spend $70 on a quad that I'm not really that interested in, just because I'm afraid of, you know, missing out on one shade. Going in with the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum in number 20. I'm going to use that under my eyes. Again, that is not to say that I'm never going to purchase anything new. Like I said, I am really excited for the sneak peeks that I've seen of the Chanel spring release, because I love blue, and if anything has blue in it, I automatically need to buy it because my brain just works like that. And I saw the Eclat de Nuit release. I'm actually more interested in the liners that come with that collection than I am with the actual quads. So I used to buy the Stilo U's a lot, like 10 years ago. And then of course never used them, and they all dried out and I had to throw them away. Kind of been holding off and waiting until I have Ulta points and that kind of thing. And I do just think it's kind of hilarious how Chanel has sort of caught on to the social media cycle, which, I mean, it's valid. I mean, you have to, as a business, you have to do that. They're in the business of selling things to you and constantly selling things to you. So again, I'm not mad at it. I'm just exhausted. And that's normal. That's okay. As a human being, you don't have to constantly be buying things. I do love to shop, and I do wish I could be constantly buying things, but I don't have a big enough house for that, or a big enough salary. I'm also hoping to pick up some fine jewelry this year. I'm also hoping to pick up either an SLG or a bag this year. All of that is just stuff I really want to think about. And so instead of spending money on quads and lipsticks and things that are just going to sit on my shelf, I want to really think about the pieces that I want from Chanel that are longer lasting, or something that I don't have, or something that's going to stand the test of time. I watch a YouTuber named Cara. Her Instagram handle is Unicara Rose. She is a wonderful vlogger. She does lots of Chanel and Dior content, and I just adore her content. And she always talks about pieces that stand the test of time. And even though I'm kind of a magpie and I am drawn to more colorful, sort of individual releases or unique releases, I would say I completely do want to have a piece that stands the test of time, even if it is a little bit more unique. I think a piece of Chanel for me really is that. For me, the ultimate piece from Chanel, it's not a bag, it's not jewelry, it would be a Chanel tweed coat. And for me, that would be in some sort of like blue, light blue, dark blue, I don't know, but like a beautiful tweed cardigan or coat. And they're so expensive, and I can't justify it at this point. So I do want to focus more on either bags or fine jewelry this year. Not that I'm going to go out and buy 10 Chanel bags. That's not realistic for me. Honestly, one. I just bought one last year, and that was a lot of money. And that was a lot of money. So I love it. I love looking at it. I love using it. But it was a lot of money for me. So as much as I love watching shopping vlogs and watching handbag channels, watching luxury channels, I have to be very careful about what I aspire to. So I am actually hoping, I'm not putting makeup on, and I need to kind of do that. Going into my Noir Allure mascara, and just real lightly feathering out my lashes. And then I am going to go into my number 1 de Chanel Lip and Cheek Balm in Healthy Pink. Now I wanted to use this specifically today because they did come out with 3 new shades of this, and I do want the one in Ardent Brick. And it's been something that I've needed to just put down as something that I will buy in the future. I don't need to buy it just because it just hit the website. And I actually want to wait until they come to Ulta so I can pick them up either with points, or wait until something else gets released that I really want, that I can order from the SA that I purchased from at Chanel. But just be a little bit more thoughtful about just because something is available doesn't mean I need to buy it right now. And it's a permanent item. It's not going away anytime soon. There were also 3 new little hand creams that came out from the Chance line. They look really cute and I would like to pick those up, but again, I don't need to pick them up just because they're available. I just spent about $250 on items from the Winter Glow collection from the Beiges. So I need to use the products that I have. Well, I don't need to use them, but I want to use the products that I have and give them more time and evaluate them more and see more how they fit into my collection before I jump into the brand new thing. I know that's not good as a YouTuber to do because everybody wants to see the new thing. That's cool. I get that. But it's what I need to do in my life. And I'm just going to lay a bit of this Healthy Pink down as a base on my cheeks, but it's not going to be the only thing that I use on my cheeks today, as you can probably tell. And I really do love this as both a lip and cheek balm. I do think it is really nice on my cheeks. I do think it shears out really nicely, at least this color does. I haven't tried any of the other ones. I'm interested to see how Ardent Brick will work on my cheeks. I think it's going to be lovely on the lips. However, today I am going to go back into my Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow in the cheek, the blush in Rose Polaire. And I have been using this a little bit more. And it does still have the snowflake in it. And as you see, this side has gotten a little bit of hard pan, and this side I've been working a little bit more on. I've been getting a bit more product. Now, I still don't think that you get a ton of pigment on your cheeks from this. I do think it is just a lighter flush of color. But I do think you do get a nice glow from it. So... and I've been using a brush. This is a synthetic e.l.f. brush. It digs into the product a little bit more, as you can see. And I think you can see I get a lot more color. And then with the color underneath, it tends to stick a little bit more, so. But as you can see, you get this nice sort of winter flush on your cheeks, which is really the point of this collection. Just supposed to look like you just came off the slopes, which I think is nice. And I'm just going to use this today. I'm not going to use any bronze, so I'm just going to kind of use this to sculpt the face. But I think it just looks really pretty. And I love this lip color. And I'm happy because I found a way to make this work in my collection. And that's really, for me, what it's all about. You know, some people are just collectors and they just want to collect it and look at it. And that's cool too. I mean, do what you want with your money. I want to see how this works on me and see how I can integrate it with other products. And I don't have to use it up, but I feel like I should use it. So yeah, it is beautiful embossing. It's beautiful packaging. I'm not going to deny that's a huge part of the appeal of this product, but I do want to actually use it for the $72 that I paid for it. And I didn't use my Healthy Glow primer today. Why? I just forgot. I have been using it. I just forgot about it because I forgot about it. And then I am just going to go in a little bit with this, not much. And you can see I'm just working on it, but I do just want to tamp down some of that color. So this is the finished look. I think it's nice and fresh and pink, and that's pretty much what I was going for today. Just a nice little ski bunny off the slopes look. Got my hair in a braid. I don't ski, so anyway, but you know, just wanted to have that healthy winter glowy look. So I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of Chanel Gardenia from the L'Exclusives collection. Smells so wonderful. I don't know, the smell of gardenia is really nostalgic for me, and I can't place it, but it must be something my mom or my grandmother wore back in the day. It's just so nice. Thank you so much for all your kind comments and for subscribing. Really excited to have you here, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.